questions, the course that you've signed up for, and I'm so grateful that you have. We're going to have a great time together. I want to thank you for your registration, and I'm just really excited to work with you at whatever stage you are in the publishing process. If you're a newbie, if you're a debut author, if you're a multi-published author or illustrator, wherever you are in this game, this course is going to benefit you, and it's going to be great. Great. So like I said, my name's Debbie Gonzalez, and I'm an author, educator, and a consultant. My claim to fame in this industry is I make teacher guides for new releases. I make them for authors, illustrators, publishers, just about anybody that wants them. I align them with educational standards, state standards, Common Core standards, whatever you might be. I've made them for picture books, YA, lots and lots and lots. And I am grateful for the work, and I'm grateful that I'm in demand. But my big news is that I'm going to be a debut author in the spring. My book, Girls with Guts, The Road to Breaking Barriers and Bashing Records, is going to be published by Charles Bridge, and I could not be more thrilled. The story is about the female athlete, the spirit of the female athlete from the very first Olympic game into present day, and it encompasses the passage of Title IX. Just really excited about it. It's like a dream come true that this book is coming out. I've been working on it forever. So, book's coming out. Got to learn how to publicize it. I got to learn how to do promotion. So I have to tell you the inspiration for this course. Now, I've been thinking about it for a while, thinking about it for quite some time. And dear friend and prolific author, Shutta Crum, distributed these ARCs to our book club. We have a book club here in Ann Arbor. We read Newbery books and Prince Honor books, all the best. And this is definitely one of all the best. So she distributed this wonderful ARC, Jason Reynolds, Long Way Down. A powerful, powerful book. Amazing author. Well-deserved accolades. Amazing. So he's been around a long, long time as far as publishing goes. I have not. There is the difference. He has earned his stripes, and I'm just getting them. So one of the things that I noticed, and I've seen these a million times with ARCs, but this time I really looked at it close. And you'll see on the back of this ARC, there's a marketing plan that the publishers have planned to do to promote this book. Well, I was looking at these and I thought, ooh, okay. Pre-publication buzz campaign. Now, I'm very lucky because Charles Bridge is really, really good to their authors, and they help them out a lot. But I'm going to need to do my part too, so I'm going to need to create some sort of pre-publication buzz for the book. I wonder how to do that. Let's figure it out together. Jason's on an author tour. I'm sure he's having a great time with it. Now, if Charles Bridge may put me out there, but if not, I probably need to find my own way and establish the meetings too and some opportunities to speak. I wonder how to go about doing that. Also says a YA social media influencer outreach. Influencer. Wonder what that is. Well, we'll find out. Common Core Curriculum Guide. Okay, I've got that one covered. And if any of you need that, I'm glad to help you with that. You bet. Education and library social media outreach. Okay. I would anticipate that the outreach had a plan to it, a marketing plan, a way to strategize to reach out to certain individuals that would benefit from reading this book, or at least reviewing the ARC. So that means that we're going to need to make some kind of a plan, a strategy to get out there. Education and library conference promotion. Okay, so Jason is being invited to go to the conferences to speak. I may need to find a way to get in there myself. I wonder if there's a way to write proposals or create a panel or something of benefit. So these are the things that we're going to be working on together. It's interesting to note that Jason's book was launched on October 17th, 2017, and I'm taping this right now in February. So by appearance, the book's been out 5 months, and yet he's won a Newbery Honor, Coretta Scott King, Prince, Walter Dean Myers, Parent Choice, and a bunch of other ones. So it's very clear that to win those awards, there had to be pre-publication preparation for that. Okay, now some of us are starting a little late. I kind of feel like I'm starting late. It's a year out, and I feel like I am behind the 8 ball. Some of us are pre-published and yet to be published, and I'll tell you what, you are smart to get started now. Some of us are multi-published and have some titles that we'd like to see getting going again. Okay, well, we will work on ways to get that going. But here's one thing. I know what I want my publicity campaign to look like. I want it to be natural and authentic. I'd like to speak clearly during the whole thing too, but apparently I'm not doing that right now. Anyway, I don't want to be salesy or pushy. That is not my style. I do not feel comfortable with that. Got to think about this. But here's the real deal. The bottom line is we have to think of publicity as a business. We have to learn all we can, and we have to plan for success. We're going to have to put out some effort because this is not just going to happen on its own. We want our books and ourselves to stay in the flow. We're going to have to work on it together. But here's the deal too. I do have some obstacles. One is time. I am very grateful to have a business that, like I said, I'm in demand. I'm quite busy with my teacher guides, and I work in other areas, freelance in other areas. I have a full life. I have activities. I've got friends. Things I like to do. I have obligations. And so my time is limited. That being the case, I want to be sure to use my time wisely. I also am limited in the financials. I'm really not eager to spend a whole lot of money on doing this. I'll pitch in some, but I don't want to go into debt for putting my book out there. I'm kind of a DIYer. I'll figure out how to do it. So that's an obstacle I have. And I have to tell you honestly, between you and me, sometimes this gets a little overwhelming. And sometimes maybe I lack a little confidence. So I'm going to have to get over that. Just get over yourself, get out there, let's get this done. All right. So I want to talk to you about a couple of books that I've used to prepare for this course. I've noticed some interesting similarities in them, and I'd like to talk to you about those, if you don't mind. One book that I use that I really like, and I really like the fellow, here you go, it's called Platform, Get Noticed in the Noisy World by Michael Hyatt. I put a link to his website in the course notes below. I encourage you to look this guy up. He's phenomenal and incredibly generous with information. Another book that I really enjoyed using, and it's a quick read, doesn't take you long, mine's all marked up. It's called Your First 1,000 Copies, The Step-by-Step Guide to Marketing Your Book by Tim Grahl. I really like this book because it's a quick read, and it also explains to you how to do the pre-publication marketing campaign that's doable, that feels authentic, that it's not going to take every minute of my life. And those of us who are starting a little late, it's okay. We can just jump in midstream wherever we are. So I encourage you to consider this book and look up his website too. He's another one that's very generous with his information. And then this guy's one that started it all off. In fact, I'll tell you a secret. My husband says that this is my online boyfriend because I like Jeff Walker a lot. His book called Launch. He understands internet marketing like nobody does, like nobody I've ever followed. he knows how to get products moving online. He's done it with his books. He's done it with a number of other things. And so I like him. And he's not salesy, which I like that too. But I figured out something. It's kind of cool. There's a common message, a common thesis with all three of those books. And I think it's kind of cool. This is it. This is what they say. To effectively promote yourself in your books, one must nurture relationships, create long-lasting connections with readers. Well, that's something I could live with. Let me tell you again. Let me say it again. To effectively promote yourself in your books, one must nurture relationships, create long-lasting connections with readers. Because, you know, the real deal is we can't depend on bookstores to sell books. The majority of the sales happen online, and they happen with recommendations, organizations, friends recommending the book. So we have to understand how that works, and we will. Another book that I found very interesting, I bought it for a whopping 50 cents at a used bookstore. It's called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. And he's a pretty dynamic fellow too. And his thing is this, and I think it's so fascinating. To get the slight edge towards success, according to Olson, it's just doing the same thing, positive thing over and over again, even if it's a little thing. So you get the slight edge if you just continually make the right choice. Continually put a little time into your efforts. Continually work, not a long period of time, just keep on working at it and you will get that slight edge. So consistency. Okay, we can do that. We'll have to make a little schedule to make it happen, but we can. Okay, now here's somebody else I like. I like a lot of people, obviously. Sharon Leacher. She's an author, speaker, and philanthropist. Amazing speaker, just dynamic woman. She suggests that we do this to create like the foundation, the platform that's going to hold our whole publicity campaign together. And this is what she says. If we do this, we're going to have success. She says that we need to be nurturing the contacts that we already have, authentically support those who support us, and actively seek to share and help others. So nurture contacts we already have, support those who support us, actively seek to help others, and to share knowledge. Well, that's interesting. So now if we think about the word nurture and we kind of dissect that word and think about the synonyms, they are care for. So what sort of things do we do when we care for someone else? Cherish. What sort of actions do we take when we cherish someone? Develop. Educate. Support. And uphold. So Sharon says that we should practice these things, and if we do on a regular basis, like Olson says, we're going to get this. It's going to work. So I encourage you to maybe choose somebody in the industry that you admire, maybe somebody that you know that you see on a daily basis, or maybe somebody you see online and you watch how they interact with others. Maybe it's your RA, but just kind of watch and see how they care for, cherish, develop, educate, support, and uphold others. And they put these actions into practice. And as they do, their success is inevitable. That's pretty exciting. So, guess what I've got for you to prepare you for our class on May 14th. Then we're going to meet with Carmen Oliver. She's going to teach us all about the school library market. Get ready for that one. But for now, to prepare for our class, this is what I'm going to ask you to do. Down below, there's a PDF. It's a homework PDF. I want you to download, take that down, download it. You know what I mean? And let's work on this together for the weeks before the class starts. Now, the homework is actually taking Letcher's words and Olson's practice of consistency. We're putting those things together and developing an experience that I think we all will benefit from. The first part of the homework right here, right there, it says nurture the contacts you already have. So what I'm going to ask you to do in the spaces below, I want you to think about 20, maybe 25 contacts that you have right now. They can be in the industry, they can be in your community, they can be relatives, whatever. People that have really supported you along the way. People that have told you you can do it when you didn't think you could. I want 20, 25 names. Just think of those people. Teachers, you know, librarians, employers, write them all down. That's the first part of your homework. Okay, the second part of your homework is this. Authentically support those who support you. Okay, now we're going to think about actions of how can we authentically support these people. What can we do to support someone? What kind of action can we take to support someone? We can send them a text. We can send them an email. We could even give them a call on the phone. What about that? We could Skype them. We could drop a handwritten note. What about that? That'd be kind of crazy. We could buy them a cup of tea. Got to keep it cheap. Got to keep it small. But here's the catch. When you do this, well, you might mention that your book, or you might mention your publishing aspirations. When you're doing this action, you're doing it without expectation, or you're not expressing any self-interest. We're giving a practice of just connecting with others, just reaching out, just getting to know them, just connecting, letting them know how we appreciate their help. And then the last part of it, on your back page here, this is what you're going to do. At least once or twice a week, if not every day, which would really be something, a really great practice. I want you to do this, put it in action. I want you to write the date and the name of the person that you've reached out to. Write down the action that you took, and if you have to repeat the action, that's okay. And then I'd like for you to make note of the reaction maybe that they had or that you had in doing this action. And I'll tell you what, in just that little short time, we're working to develop a publicity network. We're getting it started. So we can do this. And I'd like for you to have that done by May 14th when we get together. And maybe we'll talk a little bit about it on the webinar if we've got some time. But that's the whole point of this course. It's really not going to be sitting and listening and thinking, oh, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that someday. No, we're going to be given tools to actually make this happen. Because you know what? We've got to. Our publishers are help, but we've got to do it. So that's all I have for now. I look forward to being with you on May 14th. you'll be getting more information via email. We'll stay in contact. I'm considering some sort of a group communication thing if you want something like that. But the main thing is, if you have any questions about anything at all, please do not hesitate to give me an email, shoot me a note, even give me a call if you want to. And here's something else too. If you've got a question, some burning question that you have, something about book publicity that you always wanted to know but were afraid to ask type thing, send me a note and I will do all that I can to find that answer for you, because that's what this is all about. Okay? So, get your homework done, and we will see you on March 14th. Until then, have a great, great day. I look forward to being with you then. Bye-bye.